if you could send 100 people out there to go take a
You
sober
send the
guy,
top 100
you're
they lose. They get waxed.
You're taking
bro.
John Jones.
They get eviscerated. Yeah, John
Well,
Jones.
you can't like beat.
He'll try and f*** it. Welcome to the Casey Graves podcast. I'm your host, Casey Graves. Alongside me is my co-star, Roberto Diaz. Robert Diaz in the building. You know we're out here, bro. We don't give up.
What's up, y'all? What's good? What's good? Great to be here on a Sunday.
We got a special guest, none other than a very good friend of mine and Diaz. We go way back like 4 flats on a Cadillac. We went to high school together. We still do the damn thing together, hanging out, being about. And please give a nice warm welcome to my friend and now yours, Brennan Collins, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello, everybody.
Brennan Collins, ladies and gentlemen.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me, Casey.
That's right, BC.
Hell yeah.
Good to see you, fam.
This is your camera.
Oh, we're on here?
Yeah, yeah.
What's up, family?
Yes,
Nice
sir.
to
Yeah,
meet
man,
you.
we out here like
Yeah.
ASMR.
Oh,
I mean,
snap, crackle.
Snap, crackle, piz op. So, Brennan, welcome on the pod. What's good, man? Talk to the people.
One of the best attorneys, one of the best knowledge of the game.
Do your little. No.
What?
Put the mic a little
Okay.
closer to your mouth.
All right. Okay. Cut that. All right. Yeah. Welcome, BC.
Yo, great to be here. Thank you all for having
Hold
me.
up with the surf sides.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers, boys.
Yeah.
No free promo, though. So like the
Right.
boys said, a little bit about me. I'm an attorney. Somehow, some way, they gave me a bar card. I don't know how. They gave me these shades. I don't know why. But we're here. We're out here. We're repping. I look to have a good day with y'all boys. Let's get into
Absolutely.
it, you know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying?
All right, let's
Yep.
tee this motherfucker off. Yeah, Brennan Collins been wanting to do the podcast for a minute.
This guy would be a hell of a comedian, in my opinion. My
Brandon?
humble opinion. Yeah,
Dude,
I think so.
I don't know
think
about
so.
all that. You know
I
what I'm
think so, man.
You would think that. Fun fact about everyone who isn't a comic, like our friends are funnier than us because we're trying on stage. So naturally, cameras are off. You're just talking to the boys, and it's just going to be way more funnier than trying to curate a joke because you're trying at that point, you know?
Of course, and I think that if I'm funny about anything, it's just impersonating shit, which is like the lowest, in my opinion, tier of comedy, and inside jokes, which other people don't understand. So, me going up there and trying to rep a set like you guys do, I don't know if I could do that.
If
you
it's
know?
funny, it's funny, dude.
I could yap my ass off though, but like other than that, I don't really,
you go.
I don't really know if I could hit it.
True that. True
So you
that.
could rap your ass off?
I could yap my ass off. I can rap my ass off. I used to trap my ass off.
Oh yeah, you did rap, dude. You have fucking recorded.
Yeah, but
tracks,
that's way
bro.
that's way
Those
in
were
the that's
good,
way in the
bro.
yeah.
Because
Shout out
he
to
used to be a
Kid
rapper.
Collins.
Listen,
bro.
shout out to
Kid
Joe. Shout out
Collins,
to
bro.
shout out to
Kid
Joe.
Collins,
Listen, shout
bro.
out to Joe King.
Yes,
shout out
bro.
Mike SB.
Yeah, shout
still
out
out
to
here
him. Shout out
grinding
to the
at it.
boys.
But yeah, man.
Still making good music.
We're
sure,
getting
for
SB on the
sure.
podcast soon.
Oh,
Yeah,
that would
there
be
you
great. See, because he would be very comfortable sitting here and just talking about anything and anything.
We're all just going to freestyle off the dome. And it's lottery balls. Not lottery balls, but like that lottery ball wheel
Yeah,
with a bunch of papers in
like
it.
the NBA draft.
And then whatever. Yeah, like the first ever NBA draft.
Get the frozen envelope. Yeah, go ahead.
But
Real ball no.
we'll just put like words together and have to freestyle on them
Hell yeah.
Okay.
in assorted.
Yeah, that's like the improv that you guys do. Just
And it helps. I think
The riff
I think
shows.
rapping helps with improv. Like freestyling, improv, it helps with being comfortable to like save something on stage if you don't know what the fuck you're doing or you black out in a moment.
It's
Or,
all performance, right? It's just
Yeah.
all off the dome. It's all, on your feet, right?
They say life's a performance.
That it is. My job's a performance.
Yeah, there you go.
It really
in the
is.
courtroom.
Yeah, you're just an ugly actor.
Do you see?
I've never heard that.
All lawyers are ugly actors.
I've never heard that.
For
like,
sure.
can I just do it? I mean,
Yeah.
Pause.
you gotta like you see where his is?
It's crazy work.
Yeah, it's funny.
All right.
not.
Cut
Because
that.
the thing about these air traffic control headsets is like if it goes up, it's your words are going like this.
Got it.
But if it goes right here where yours is, you're not missing a beat.
Understood.
You know.
Fuck a B. I'm just trying to beat the case, right?
There you go. Oh,
TK. Yeah. R.I.P.
So what?
I would pour
Smoked.
some out, but
No,
not-
none
not-
poured
not
out.
on the floor.
We'll have a video of you pouring out libations
Was
in the
that
street.
fuck a BM? I'm trying to beat the case. That's
No,
taken.
fuck a beat.
Oh, okay.
I
okay,
think
okay.
someone's
They're
gonna,
saying
someone's
fuck
gonna check
baby
me on
mama.
that. Look, we do our best to understand what some performers are saying sometimes. So,
Right. It's all
Yeah,
objective
it's
for
all-
sure.
Yeah.
So what's new with you, bro? No ladies in your life. You got a crib now, or what's up?
I got a crib.
I actually,
yeah.
I was there.
You pulled up.
Yeah, me and my sister.
It was, yeah. It was.
It's full context. We're all doing something online for content. No, we were. Brennan Collins is like the middle ground to like. She's like, I gotta pee. We're already driving to the place. Brennan's like, I'll whip it. Come to my house. My sister uses his bathroom, and she goes, "There's no toilet paper in here." Me and him are just chilling, watching a basketball game. She's peeing. There's no toilet paper in here. He goes, "Oh, my bad." Goes to his washer and dryer.
Voice.
The more B Collins drink, the more light skin he gets. He goes, "Oh, my bad, slime," and he like walked over, and he goes, "Here you go." She grabs it.
Crazy.
You called
That's
Graves' sister
fucking,
sloppy.
fucking crazy. No, I didn't, bro.
No,
It's an embellish. Go ahead, keep going.
No, he said,
yeah.
he said, my bad, and he went and got her toilet paper. She's like, "Oh no, I found it. It's okay." He's like, "All right." She's peeing, and she gets out of the bathroom. She goes, "Why are there so many cherry Coca-Colas in your trash can in your bathroom?" And he goes, "Bro, I have a hard day at work, and sometimes I enjoy Coke on the can." Like, what the?
Yep.
And my sister was there's like 8 of them. he's like, "Yeah, I mean, I'd be working."
It was more than half a pack. It was. I mean,
Half a pack.
full disclosure.
Okay.
She did ask for toilet paper though.
That is
and like
true.
a gentleman, what did I do? I went to go get it. And who knows if it was toilet paper or paper towel, but it was something.
Yeah.
And I tried.
Of the wipage.
This is what happens when you're
Oh.
a single 30-year-old guy, right? And
Yeah,
you got
yeah,
your
yeah.
own crib. And it's just like you're fighting every day to just, have food in the house and like maybe more than 6 waters. in the
Paper's
fridge.
paper, bro.
But yo, you got like 3 Cokes, 6 waters, and like 2 Peronis. You're doing okay. Like
Yeah.
you're hitting over 300.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're batting 1,000.
Not 1,000.
No?
I mean, come on, bro. I'm not batting 1,000 with 3 Cokes and
You're shooting a 90 on the course.
shooting a 90.
Yeah.
Exactly. We're happy about that, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Ethan came over and we like we'll write jokes, and like he has a free time on Wednesday after work, and like we're actually working on some project, and he's like, you have any like water or anything? And like, yeah, check my fridge. And he comes back and he goes, "Dude, that's the most single guy fridge I've ever fucking seen." He goes, "You have a bottle of Tito's in the corner." I go, "What do you mean? It's not that bad." He's like, "You have pizza like in the box, and it's sopped through the grease. Like, it's been there for more than like 5 days."
For too long.
He's like Oikos, Greek yogurt, a bottle of Tito's, 3 waters, stack Celsius, and and pizza for nutrition. He's like, you got to do something. I'm like, put me on to one of your wife's friends. What do you want me to do?
No, facts. Because it's easy for a married guy to say some shit like that, right? But if he's in our shoes and he's in these
Wow.
trenches,
Wow.
if he is in these trenches, he's doing much of the same.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's such a contrast from his fridge when he opens his fridge at home. It definitely
what is
takes him aback a little
Oh,
bit.
have
with
you
that.
been to that house?
No.
That house, first of all, you walk in, it smells delicious. It's clean.
it sounded like he was gonna roast
That
the
was
fuck out of
No, not at all. Yo, shout out to Ethan. Shout out to Leah, too.
Yeah, big
Yo,
shout out.
Big shout
To
out.
the Burleys,
Yo,
big shout out to
Yeah,
y'all.
big shout out. So, smells delicious. Smelled so delicious. I walked in. I said, "What the fuck do you do to your house, Leah? Like, this place smells amazing." So she put me onto this, like, I don't even know what the fuck it is, but it like illuminates like an aura of like delicious smell. But it's like a, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know what it's called. But I
Chemicals
bought
or-
one. And it's fucking, my house smells delicious now, but my fridge don't look like her fridge. Her fridge is fully stacked. all the time.
what is this thing? It's like a Yankee
It's
candle.
like a it's not a humidifier, but it's like the oil. I don't know how to.
The
fuck-
dispenser,
you
like
say
a-
I bought-
humidifier
I
so
just-
Jewish.
Jesus
It's a
Christ.
humidifier.
Humidifier. Fuck.
It's very humid out here in Florida.
Somebody throw the horns on.
Got you.
Yeah, we love that. Shout out to him.
You know what? It's like, you ever walk into Lululemon and you smell that, like they have what they do is in big stores, all the big stores, they put a air freshener scent in their AC units. And this guy sent me the Lululemon AC thing that it's like you got to buy it business to business. They don't sell it custom. They don't give it out to pedestrians.
Just wholesale, big dog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's commercial product we're talking about.
But I'm networking. I'm trying to find it. I want my whole house to smell like the most expensive Chinese clothes. This side of the Mississippi, damn it.
All right. That's a good human trafficking reference right there. It's pretty good.
Jesus.
But,
HTH.
yeah.
It's human traffic hour.
I didn't think we were going to
HTH.
get into Diddy and Epstein this soon, but I mean, it's like low hanging fruit. It's right there. I mean, it's like you're begging.
I'm glad you asked. Pass me another Surfside.
How about that?
Make that two.
Look at him.
And a potential future sponsor of the Casey Grace podcast. Am I right?
Yeah.
All right. We can do that.
Just gonna load him up.
No free promo though.
Nah, Surfside. I'm working with an energy drink and a tequila company right now that might get us going. I might pull the old school Joe Rogan and try to get Fleshlight Avatar Blue Pussy to sponsor my ass.
Jesus Christ.
Wow. Their sales would probably skyrocket with your audience, huh? That might be the kick you need, Fleshlight.
Go ahead, Brennan. We interrupted you with our drink request.
No, I was just saying that, HTH turned into Diddy and Epstein real quick, which it typically does because they're synonymous with one another.
They are.
Yeah.
And yeah, bro, I'm watching this Diddy trial from afar.
Yeah. What's your strategy as an attorney?
Oh, you want me to defend Diddy on the pod?
Hypothetically, you're
You
getting
want-
paid to defend Diddy.
You want me to go?
So
to,
yes.
You want me to go to war for Puff on the pod?
Okay.
Fuck.
What do you think's the
This is
outcome
my
going to be? Bro?
first
You think he's going to get cooked?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, he's gonna get
Because
cooked.
first of all, the feds don't indict you unless they got you.
For the
that's
video
all right.
alone of he should get cooked for that.
You think that
What,
Throw him under
beating the
jail.
shit out of
Yeah,
the chick in the
But
hotel?
these are people on the jury that are sitting there that are, they're carpenters and business owners. They don't know jack shit
Yeah,
about
they're
the law,
carpenters.
you got Jesus' pops front row.
Jesus is sitting there washing a man's feet, going, "I can't
Right.
believe they're cooking my boy.
Carpenters.
I created a monster on purpose.
Carpenter's crazy. All right, you got business owners and nail techs.
I'm turning this water into Ciroc.
And then you just see French Montana in the back, like, ha.
I'm turning this water into coconut Ciroc."
Dude, there's a song I was riding out of the golf course like a few weeks ago. On the shuffle, this song it's a remix with a Diddy verse. His verse is awful. It's so offbeat and shit. The song's fire. He almost ruins it. In the verse, the whole time he's just talking about drugs and guns and
What is it? I'll
all
pull
that
it up.
Shit. Oh man,
Is it on Apple Music?
Yo, I'll say this about Puff.
it's
One
a
of the
Diddy French Montana.
one of the
remix.
worst rappers ever, and it's amazing how far he made it with the lack of just like talent on the rapping side. I would
Well,
say.
yeah, but he made it as like
Yeah, producer.
Just-
and
yeah, exactly.
Mogul, and sex
Yeah.
trafficker.
correct. Yeah.
Yeah,
Huh?
Puff.
Dude, I know a girl that dated French Montana,
Oh Christ.
and she was the worst person in the world. But she would always, French Montana is a nice guy from what she's saying. But the problem is, she was dating my boy, reminiscing on when she dated French Montana. So she was like, "Oh my gosh, like me and French would go everywhere." And I'm like, "I don't like that you're calling him like,
She referred to him as simply French.
yeah, simply French. That's her fragrance." Because he's wearing her like a necklace. No,
It just smells like an open air Moroccan meat market and fucking kush. Mo chicken, give me mo chicken.
No, chill. I want to go back to New York one
It
day.
may
And
not mean
I want to
nothing
go
to
back to New
y'all.
York. And I want to go back to New York. And
Dwight
not have
Howard
to
in the post dog.
I'm gonna have to start checking in when I land at LaGuardia now after this. Fuck, dude.
LaGuardia Airport, looking out for Brendan Collins, huh?
Huh?
He just has a diss track on you. Like, I talk the most shit. Honestly, if you look back, I didn't say anything bad. It's just this girl was a toxic. He dumped her. So, like,
Yeah, he was right.
Okay.
she would say that, though. Like, crazy shit. Allegations. Like, we're watching a fucking football game, and she'd be like, yeah, like, oh, it's so funny. Like, French is there right now. I go, like, French opening? Like, I've never heard of a man being, like, French and Montana, French and Fry, not just simply French. And she's like, yeah, French is there right now. He actually invited me, but I was like, I'm too loyal for
That's
this.
crazy.
And my buddy was like,
And y'all are just watching the football game together. Wow.
my buddy's just like
that's a
ripping a DMT pen, trying to just suppress everything she's saying.
Compartmentalize and bury.
Shout out
That's
to
a-
Los
yeah,
Angeles.
That's a good way to go about
Shout
it.
out to bro.
Nah,
That's
he's
is that
the
an
homie,
LA?
but
Is that an LA
he knows,
story?
yeah, and they split like a bad check too. So like they split like a shitty pair of pants. But like he knew too. He was like, that bitch was a fucking see you next week. And I was like, I know. And you know, but LA was wild. Diaz never visited me.
I never
You
been-
never visited me.
I never
But
been
like
to
we
Cali.
weren't like tight.
Nah,
But we
we were boys.
were boys, but like it wasn't one of those like,
I'm coming out to LA, big dog.
you know what
Peep
though?
the scene.
Yeah, but you know how you know what's crazy? A lot of my friends did do that.
Sure.
And I was like, yeah, peep the scene from my couch in Hollywood, LA, where there's just like a bunch of Chinese tourists and like Mexican hulks and shit. Like they were all like street performers out front of my house.
Mexican Hulks.
Like, so all those when Marvel was popular, they would all like, there's like a Michael Jordan who's just a tall black guy on steroids wearing an imposer, like a Disney
Street
character.
performer type shit.
That's what I said.
Okay,
So then all of a sudden there's like Hulk, and the mask is just the mask you could buy at Target, and the fucking fake green buff outfit. And then when he takes his smoke break, he's just a fucking cholo with a mustache, ripping heaters and like eating like empanadas and shit. And
Yeah.
he goes back to being Hulk. He's like, you won't like me when I'm angry. and like all these kids are like, they don't know the difference. And the fucking parents are like, this guy's on drugs and he's holding my child.
Yeah.
But here we go.
Yeah.
And then there's like a black Spider-Man in the red outfit, and then there's like a fucking Asian Spider-Man in the symbiote outfit, and then there's like fat Black Wonder Woman.
Wanda,
Yeah.
like boy Wanda.
Wow.
And I was like, I wonder how the fuck she makes money besides this, because it's terrible. Don't make me get my lasso of truth. You know, if you know Wonder Woman, that's a great joke.
Video of this is in New
The
York
bitch is a
City.
nail tech on the
And,
side.
and
Go.
there's a brawl. There was a brawl, and this dude's just getting curb stomped by Timberlands, and like you just see a dude dressed in a full Spider-Man costume
Break
just
it up.
walks into the scene. Yeah,
I
like
saw it.
break it up like
Fat
casually,
black Spider-Man.
like casually, like
That
yeah,
guy,
yeah.
that guy,
Yeah.
you would see him in L.A. every day,
He's going
24.
from New York to
7.
LA, same guy.
No, I'm saying like that's
Okay.
the type of like.
Well,
it's-
yeah, that's a classic.
That's the type of motion you were
classic.
on.
There was a guy that was half Michael Jackson, half black and half white Michael Jackson.
That's brilliant.
Lost my mind.
That's brilliant.
He was black, but he had a half his face was like as white as like Dave Chappelle when he did the news anchor guy.
Oh,
So he would go regular Michael when he was doing blacks, like when he was still black. Technically, he just bleached his shit. But like when he was black Michael Jackson,
Right.
he did all the black songs, and then when he did white Michael, he would turn and you'd see white Michael.
This is brilliant.
And then
Wow.
it's a
You know,
fictional place. but-
Maybe to get ahead of the curve on that, this could probably be pretty easy to pull off. You find a guy who looks like Diddy and send him out on the streets.
Full
And you
circle.
get- and you
Full
get-
circle.
And you get and you see how that works
Trump
out for
would
you.
just say we did the weave. You know about the weave? You know about the weave story? Or
I
no?
love a good weave on a woman.
There we go.
I love when Joe Frazier bobbed and weaved, and I love how women of color have the best. What is the weave?
Oh, it's a little too drawn out for this one. But Trump says when he starts telling a story, right, and then he diverts into another rabbit hole and then comes back to it, it's
The
the weave.
conversation method of the weaving.
Correct. And he says you have to be very intelligent to do the weave. So shout out to you. You just did the weave.
You just weaved, Diaz.
You know, and I also think it's very intelligent of all the women out there that also do weaves and do the weaves as well. That takes a lot
Getting
of
your hair
intelligence
did
and
is
greatness.
amazing.
Absolutely.
Shout out to all the black queens out there, bro.
Yes, absolutely.
Shout out to
Big
Shout out to all
love.
the Caribbean queens.
oh, you
feel me?
fancy, huh?
Yo, so Shot Caller is French Montana Diddy.
Is it that remix? I think it's that one. Yeah.
Dipping in the Gotti, billboards in Tokyo.
It's all about the Benjamins.
It's Shock
They
Collar
say-
remix.
Not Paranoid. They got 7 songs they collabed on.
It's Shock Collar.
We Them Boys, Another One of Me.
He was signed to Bad Boy though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
French and Diddy were tight, dude.
Yeah.
They were tight as cornrows.
Wait, hold on. You think French was at them freak offs?
I don't care about this
Yeah.
conversation.
Right.
French and your buddies.
Like
Yeah.
I genuinely
French and
don't.
your
No,
buddy's
that's
girl.
where I was gonna. That's
Because you know what's the craziest part
Go,
about that is?
next.
Like, what's the follow up to that? Because I do have.
What would Angel Reese say? Next question. Let's just go.
Angel
Well,
Reese,
like,
you go get
She's
that
a
rebound.
yeah, right.
Were you laying up something?
Yeah, I was putting it back. Well,
Tell me.
trying-
Sink it in the
No.
basket.
Oh.
Sink it. Hook, line, and
What were you gonna?
No, I don't know where I was going with that. I was just,
Because
I
like
was just. Do you think French was at the freak off? It was
See,
just,
because like
you know,
that, a lot of
I
people.
was throwing you an oop.
Yeah.
You know.
All right, well here's my oop alley and fucking winning the tiebreaker,
Yeah.
Now we're calling him French. We're just
Chill, bro.
which is crazy because we now are. After that story,
Yeah.
do you think French was at the freak offs?
That's what I'm talking about?
That's hilarious.
You know what? Before this airs, I'm gonna contact the girl I was talking about and see if she was at the freak offs with him for comedic purposes.
Yeah.
Correct.
You know,
You guys just watching TV. There's like a commercial for like Visit Mexico. She starts like tearing up. Like,
she was, dude. She was like the most, like, be liberal but don't be aggro lib. Be Republican but don't be aggro Republican. That's kind of like how I like to look at it. Where it's
Right.
like you can't kill a fetus. Like I don't care about.
She was a
people like that.
Republican?
No, she was a hardcore lib where it was like don't vote for Trump. The American flag is racist. She supported communism, but like let's ignore the whole Starbucks like children labor shit and all the like I don't want to hear like what my people are doing.
Yeah,
And
she wants a fucking Birkin. She doesn't want to know how it's made.
I should have just said communism because that's all it is. Trying to tear it up from the inside like a plan B to a stomach. This chick is
Oh,
does
can
French
Can I make a comment about L.A.?
absolutely.
All right, not one of my favorite places.
Okay.
I would say San Diego, anywhere south of Los Angeles, and anywhere north of like what Oxnard.
So
is-
like San
is in
Fran's nice
play.
too and all that.
Yeah, well, they have their own problems, but at least it's picturesque, right? Like I've seen bad parts of L.A., bro, and I'm sure you
Skid
have.
Row,
Yeah,
Tent City,
yeah.
next to the YMCA. I lived that.
You ever been on Figueroa Street for more than 5 minutes?
Figure, please. I absolutely.
What goes down?
Oh, crap. Well, Nipsey Hussle's from Los Angeles, right?
Okay.
Bro got killed outside of his own clothing shop. Like that's crazy work.
Nah, I thought it was a food
What's
shop.
Figueroa though?
I thought he was getting food.
He was slinging merch at the No, that was Young Dolph outside the cookie shop. That was
Oh, okay. I was in
to
Memphis.
Shout out to
Okay.
Memphis, Tennessee. now.
Wrong rapper.
It's but
Oh, Nipsey got
you
shot.
got to do your best to
in
keep.
L.A. I forgot.
Yeah, which was fucked. Good guy.
Yeah, he's a good rapper.
So
yeah.
it seems.
I kind of,
some-
I
some
just,
bangers.
I fucked with him. I just know he stayed on some Malcolm X shit where he was like, I fucking hate every white person because every white person did me wrong. But like, when in doubt, like he had
that's
like,
fair.
he had a good mindset on him for like his optimism and being a rapper. He wasn't jaded by like money, whores, and jewelry.
Right.
Like he was
Right.
he was definitely above that. He was an intelligent person.
Yeah, he was fly crippin' for sure.
However, he did stay. Sure. He did stay in that thuggery. Like
Yeah,
he
no
did
doubt,
he
yeah.
did fuck with like that's that whole fucking boys in the hood shit when they were like
Yeah.
you're going to hang out with your boys that just gangbang and all that shit or you can actually make something of yourself and go to school. These people are going to bring you down. And by these people, I mean your friends that are in the fucking wrong caught up the wrong side of the tracks.
lifestyle,
Life,
yeah,
no
right?
doubt.
You
The
know?
game.
So,
Shout out to him, though.
Nipsey Hussle. Shout out to you. R.I.P.
he took that name from one of my favorite comedians, Nipsey Russell,
Okay.
who was one of the funniest comedians of like the Don Rickle Friars Roast era. I don't know if you know
Is that
about
like 70s, 80s,
this is 50s and 60s.
50s, and 60s? Damn.
So the Friars Club, you heard of it?
Put me on game.
So one of my favorite jokes from Nipsey Russell, black dude, big afro, like obnoxiously 70s ball player, Harlem Globetrotter afro.
Yeah, he's like a Clyde Frazier type deal. Like, well, no, how about we go Dr. J on him, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
We're talking like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Got it. I'm putting the
like
image in my mind.
cartoonish as a fucking Fat Albert character afro. He would do comedy in rhymes and poems. But sometimes he would go out of the comfort of like regular jokes. One of my favorite jokes of all time is from Nipsey Russell, and it's because I'm not going to do his voice. 'Cause I don't even have a voice to begin with. But he's like, I went to an all-black funeral. He goes, I went to an all-black funeral, pro-black funeral, and to a white crowd. So he's educating him. He's like, I don't know if you've been to a white or a black funeral. He's like, but sometimes you will get the Black Panthers, the black rights activists.
Jesse Jackson's there.
Sure. He goes, and my man, I'm going to tell you something right now. This was my grandfather's funeral. He was a militant man, pro-black all the way. He actually died of a headache because he refused to pick the cotton out of the Advil bottle.
Come on, bro.
I like how you still did his voice too.
Yeah, you did. You couldn't help yourself.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, right.
Shout out to Nipsey
I'm paying
Russell.
homage, dude. I fuck
That's
with that
right,
shit.
Absolutely.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
You
Y'all
fuck with
tap in when
you
Nipsey
fuck with
Russell.
Patrice O'Neal.
Yeah, it's
All day.
Goat of comedy.
Top
One
five.
of- yeah, might be.
He's who? I mean, yeah.
No, he's goated. I mean,
yeah.
It sucks because like the best comedians die early. Mitch Hedberg was very good, but he loved heroin.
Yep.
Ralphie May and Patrice O'Neal loved food. I just
Chris Farley loved food too. No,
Greg Giraldo.
Chris Farley loved trying to create an aneurysm or a heart attack.
Yeah.
The way his energy. Who'd you say?
Greg Giraldo.
Love drugs.
Yep.
those the creative types.
But it's like those are the. Joan Rivers died of like a bad Botox procedure. But she was
like
fucking
95
fire.
years old though. She was fired though.
No, we don't know how
She wasn't
We actually
95.
don't know how she died.
What happened was
was fired,
No, legally,
Legally.
my lawyers advised me to not go in further investigations of
probably
the
went on
autopsy
that.
of Joan Rivers.
Yeah.
Correct.
But dog, like,
It's medically protected, confidential
Joan
information.
Rivers, she's
I'll
great.
I'll instruct you not to answer.
If it's funny, it's funny. If it's funny, it's funny.
yeah, Diaz loves women comics. Actually,
Okay.
It's a very liberal take.
There are some hilarious women comics out there.
Diaz does have a very high appreciation for women comics, which surprised me because of how we all talk. Carlos Mencia, when fucking Joe Rogan was wearing those Samuel L. Jackson like fedora hats and he was like wearing backwards fitteds. He just came up on stage on Carlos Mencia and screamed at his face. He hadn't had a real working job since Mind of Mencia.
Yeah.
He was funny for a little bit. No?
That show was hilarious.
Yeah.
You know what? And
he was
Robin
funny.
Williams too jacked a
Stole
lot of
jokes,
people's shit.
Yeah.
I always
But I
thought
do
he was-
appreciate him.
I always thought he was.
Well, a lot of
I
people-
always
they
thought he
say,
was
like,
overrated.
Robin
bro.
Williams?
Yeah, he's
They-
not my
people-
type of funny.
A lot of people don't fuck with his stand-up, but the movies, bro, he has classic movies, in my opinion.
Yeah, he does. It's hard. You can't say he doesn't, right?
His stand-up's like too forced and like, hey, this is the Irishman. I couldn't hear an hour of that. I'd rather if you had 3 bullets, I'd waste them on myself. Like it's, you know. So yeah, so we did Diddy. What else?
Fuck, dude. Holy shit.
Who'd you want to talk about?
Shout out
Epstein?
No, I want to stay away from that.
Well, dude, like your question about you think he was on the island? I didn't finish that because I wanted to make a point. I would too. Like I don't care about do you think he was on the? You know, like if you could weigh the pros and cons of how fun they're making these documentaries sound, minus the sex slave children shit.
Yeah.
Extract that, but like life-size mattresses and women boxing and like throwing oil at fucking Pamela Anderson and oh man, I don't want to be there. Oh no, I'll sit this one out because I'm a man of the Lord. Really?
Yeah, dude. I mean,
If I got on Quaaludes
feel
and I
like I
get to
would see-
slug
bro,
fucking
bro,
Carmen Electra with
listen,
boxing gloves,
I get on the
and then I
private
hear
plane.
about myself on the news, I'll be like, I lived a life.
I get on the plane and the first little 14-year-old girl masseuse they walk on there, I'm getting off, dude.
Oh, I don't know about that.
No, yeah, you are.
Hold up.
Come on,
That's-
dude. All right, so
I won't say anything.
What do we? Oh, that's Bill Clinton's grandniece. Don't worry about it. I'll be like,
This
what?
goes on in Thailand 24/7.
it does.
Every guy who has a bachelor party goes to Thailand and gets chicks with braces and a sprinter. and just
that's-
see no evil, hear no evil. So
don't-
what are we talking about?
That's Thailand.
We don't
though.
condone
That's
that.
Thailand.
We don't
because
condone.
50
This is
big.
America.
What
No,
we
come
do,
on
what
now.
we do condone though, is
we do?
the Carmen Electra, Pamela Anderson throwing.
That's- yeah,
but
that-
as long as they're
Yeah,
consenting,
why can't
we're
it
good.
just
We're
be
good
that?
with
Why-
all that.
It
That's
needs
what
to
I'm
be
talking
all- it
about.
needs to be 100%,
yeah. All
Oh,
that.
sure.
Yeah.
That's
But
what like rich people who are cool do, like I don't know,
Correct.
like Kid Rock,
and then
some shit
correct.
Like that. Like, I
and
don't know.
yo, by the
Like,
way,
somebody does cool shit.
I saw a podcast with Kid Rock, Tucker Carlson, and John Daly. Have you guys seen that shit?
no.
I did.
That's
Epic.
electric. One of the best podcasts I've ever seen.
Epic.
Dude, they're like legitimately friends. You didn't know that, Rob?
I didn't see that.
Tucker and John Daly.
No, Kid Rock and John Daly are like actual boys. Like they like chill. Like they
They're
have.
they're the same people.
I know, but like, what are the odds that like I think all these celebrities are like fake friends, you know? And then
True.
like I feel like they're like, yo, we have stories of us doing X, Y, Z, and it's like, fuck, dude, they've been in the trenches, you know? It's like us at
Like
legs
they're
and fucking.
Bros.
I see
Yeah,
what you're
you
saying.
know?
They're
Yeah,
like
yeah.
collaborative friends.
Yeah, they're
where
like,
it's like
hey, he was at my house and I pulled up after my tour was done and he was on my couch drinking fucking Surfsides.
Yeah.
Like that's like the
like
kind
if
of
you
friends
own
there.
Celsius
Correct.
and I was a multi-million-dollar comedian and we're collaborating on something, we're gonna have to hang out to like see what's going on and talk business later. But like for the public eye, it's like, oh, mega millionaire Breno Collins is doing Celsius and Casey Graves. What are they up to? It's like John Daly and Kid Rock just want to be openly racist.
Yeah,
And
correct.
be like, let's play golf and shoot fucking AR-15s.
Correct. And play the guitar and just talk about things we're not supposed to talk about on camera.
He's like,
That's what they do.
what do you think about these tariffs? Hold on, watch his draft.
Yep.
Watch us drive.
John Daly just still sending it
I think
300 for sure.
George, all right, so Trump is obviously the funniest president, but dude, I
Right.
always thought like Trump is so funny that we forgot how funny W was because George,
Yeah.
the kid, gave us so much content.
Yeah,
right?
he did.
And
did.
we just don't even talk about it anymore because Trump is just like a fucking electric.
Calling
rock.
George W. Bush the kid is so funny.
He's the kid. I mean, it's,
Yeah, dude.
George
He
the
is.
kid is my
No,
rap
he
name.
did. That was back then.
bro
too.
was
That was back
fucking
then.
dude. Bro was managing a baseball team at like 33, and they're like, yeah, his father's the president, and they have tons of oil money, and you just see him like in the first row at like 33, like with a dip in his mouth, just
Yeah.
like calling the
Yeah.
on the
I would
unbelievable.
love to.
Just like signing Jose Canseco to the
yeah,
Rangers.
fuck yeah. He, like,
you know, they had Tommy Lee Jones and Pamela Anderson or like Hulu
Yeah.
series. I would love to play the role of George W. Bush with that description.
Well,
just a
as the
dip
kid.
in my mouth, just like doing lines off hookers' backs, and like my dad getting me out of jail, and like all that stuff.
Bro was chilling for sure. I mean, look, when you're a president's kid, how
Is-
bad
in,
can
in,
life
in
be?
Harold
you
and
know?
Kumar, when they impersonate him, that's exactly what I pictured him in like real life.
Can I get one more?
Alabama Kush.
If there was one, I
Oh,
would give
gee.
it to you.
There.
You want to
Split this shit like Jesus.
See, that's like that's what John Daly and Kid Rock would have done, dude. They would have split the last fucking.
First off, they would never be drinking Surfsides.
No, they're not. Well,
They're
no,
like-
John Daly be drinking the Good Boys, which is basically the same shit.
He be drinking them.
He be drinking them.
Yeah, he drinks about
He
30
be
of 'em.
drinking the good boys.
They're drinking the Good Boy, mate.
Oh my goodness, dude. Dude,
What's good with the Nuggets? All right, so I don't. All right,
how about how about them Cowboys?
yo, so, no, really, let's not talk about that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. For the audience out there, BC is a Dallas Cowboys super fanatic.
It's a tough life.
And
It's a tough life.
yeah. So you've seen a couple Super Bowls in your lifetime, albeit you were a young lad.
Right, and yeah, I was born in Providence, Rhode Island, for those keeping score at home, which should make me a New England Patriots fan. So the Patriots have won 6 Super Bowls in my lifetime. The Cowboys, as far as I remember, have won 2 playoff games in my lifetime. So I made a very bad decision from a very young age.
Yeah. Well,
It doesn't.
they're America's team for a reason.
That's right.
Yep. So. And
Shit.
then, what the
Shit.
fuck were we just talking about?
Oh no, gone off the rails. We were doing Kid Rock, Dallas Cowboys, John Daly.
Getting back to this Epstein
Oh,
thing.
the
though.
Nuggets, bro. That's what, yeah. Back to the island.
I just want to, for the record, yeah, the whole 14-year-old girl taking a plane seat back with fucking like, all right, let's say like
He's back there with George W,
No,
bro. Back there with
no,
George W
no.
on his lap.
No.
He's
George
like-
W. and a 14-year-old going back. He goes, you didn't
he's
see
like, "Hey,
nothing.
hey, do you remember 9/11? And if she says yes, and he says, you got to get off the plane right now.
That's right.
She's like, that's funny. My friend's 11 and I'm 9. He's like, perfect.
Exactly. Right. I tell you, my daddy was the president. W, you were the president.
I just like
He forgot.
you treat that shit like Vietnam. You know what I mean? Like you saw it, but you can't come back to report it.
I thought Biden was a funny president.
Oh,
He's
well,
hilarious.
in a different. It was like pathetically funny.
Yeah.
We're not getting political on this, are we?
Oh my gosh, dude! I talked to a lesbian last night who talked just
History,
like Joe Biden. Oh my god! I just remembered this.
Here's the deal.
That's so funny. She looked just like him when he smiles and says shit like that, and she talked with that like she got kicked in the vagina. And
She probably did right before that.
she goes, hey, you like to play darts? And I'm like, yeah, we're at Kim's Alley Bar. I'm like, or Kim's Alley Bar. I'm like,
Gritty, so gritty.
Oh, yeah.
well, I mean, that should have been my first mistake. So the funniest thing is, though, this guy was on a date with her, and I'm playing darts with her, and she's smoking me, and I'm like, this got to be a lesbian. I'm like, for sure. And she's like, yeah, so like I go hiking with this girl Jill, and I go up in Colorado, and that's where I'm from, by the way, Boulder. And you know what? Let me tell you, she got some boulders on her shoulder. She's a jack bitch, muscle mommy. And I really like the way she plays darts and eats my pussy. And I was like, what's the last part you just said? Did you just talk about munching rug? And she's like, yeah, this guy, he thinks he's on a double date. He got no shot. I haven't seen a cock since my father shot cum on my mother and made me. And I was like, I love you, but I think my gaydar's got to be recalibrated. She talked just like Joe Biden, bro. Like, I swear to God, that's how she talked. And I was on a date as well. And she goes, who's your friend over here?
Trying to fuck your girl, bro.
I know, dude. So I let
Jesus.
him, because you know what? It was going nowhere.
Right.
The conversation was as beat as a Cherokee drum.
Jesus.
And I was like, you have the screets or you could have the muncher.
She go over there and piece it up.
She goes, wow, you're really good at darts. And I was like, fuck yeah. Maybe my shit gets, because I don't want it. Like, this girl's like, I'm telling you, bro, like.
She said you were good at darts.
No, she said that she was. So I go, you know what? Celeb shot for my girl led into her
that
playing
got
the
you.
game.
Oh, yeah,
I
there you
kind of
go.
gave, dude, giving her the layup
Nice.
when you don't want a girl and then let her question her sexuality. Like, I watched her do math in her head after she was getting hit on.
That's dope, bro.
Never
That's
done.
dope.
I've never pulled that.
That's
one,
shout
though.
out. That's
It's a
good,
unique
bro.
thing for sure, but it's like,
That's an ally move, bro. That's sick.
it's kind of cool.
Yeah,
like,
it's
I'm
cool, man.
wingmanning. I'm like, yo,
That's cool.
I don't want this. Are you going to eat it?
Yeah.
You know, this leftover is like, I don't like this girl. I'm not gonna like call it short. She's having fun, and then she thinks the girl is like being girly, where it's like, oh my gosh, you're so hot, bitch. You know, like that. But it was
Yeah.
like, oh my god, I'd fucking
The boulder. Boulders on your
I'd
shoulders.
split your Lebanese thighs like the Red Sea and throw rocks at your pussy.
I said Biden was a funny president, bro. That's
Yo, he was.
hilarious.
She puts the buy in Biden, dog. I promise you that. She was good. That's a clip, actually.
Bang.
Yeah, shout,
Bang.
My fridge.
shout out to all the Lebanon lesbians out there. She goes, I'm from Lebanon. She goes, are you lesbian too? And I was like, I'm going to go get another Surfside. You want one, babe? And she goes, yeah. And then she goes, I think that girl's hitting on me. I go, oh, no way. What do you think? Like, I was trying to, she's like, I'm just not into it. And then the girl saw that, and it looked like someone farted on her grandfather's casket. She was so depressed.
Yeah.
She's like, what do you mean you're going home with me?
She thought she was in for a second, no?
She was zen for a second. You better rip one.
And shout out to our good sponsors here at Philip Morris. The one and only Zen.
Oh, dude, I'm better off getting a Velo sponsor before I get a Zen
Velos.
sponsor, dog.
No, I think the pockets might be deeper over there at Philip Morris.
Yeah, well.
You got to
of
go for
course.
the big fish, you know?
How is it Velo if
Sure.
there's one E? Because like eel is EEL. Velo,
All right,
like
here. I'm gonna learn you real quick.
learn me, take me to school.
So, the O is a vowel. So for an E in the beginning of the word, the O makes the E sound.
My favorite thing to do
Wow.
with this, let me see this motherfucker. You
Dia-
go, you
Dia
go like this. What's
straight
that say? Shawty what?
Hello, that says
Hey,
hello.
They know.
Shawty love,
They know.
I'm in that wide body. I'm a need too late.
Yo, R.I.P. though.
Yeah, R.I.P. Shorty
Is
love.
Tory
R.I.P. Shorty love.
Lane's dead?
Yo, all right.
No, he's in
So
prison.
I love the fact that you segued into this.
He
So
got
do you,
he got ketchup.
yeah,
You heard that?
What?
You heard this?
you know about this?
No, what is? No.
Bro, all
Yo,
right, go ahead. Go ahead.
Fat Joe's on a podcast. I think he's on Charlemagne or some bullshit, and he goes, man, you heard what they did at Tory Lanez? So you guys are cool with me doing Black Fat Joe, but you guys are like,
No, but black Fat Joe is not even black, dude.
I
He's
know.
he's Puerto Rican.
yeah, but he doesn't talk like a Puerto Rican. He just talks like so. He
He's
goes,
from the Bronx.
Man, you heard what they did at Tory Lanez? He goes, oh man, my guy got ketchup. And Charlemagne goes, what? He goes, I don't even think it's Charlemagne. He was on a podcast. He goes, my man got ketchup, bro. He goes, that's when you in the yard and everybody's stabbing you and you just got blood coming out you like ketchup. My dog got ketchup, bro. And then I Googled this. And I go, did Tory Lane die?
You were concerned.
Well, like, dude.
Naturally.
That's a crazy metaphor to be like, because I don't think it was that extreme.
Dude, he got stabbed a lot.
How many times?
Enough to go to the hospital.
I mean, you get stabbed once, you probably go to the hospital if it hits in vital organs.
Yeah, right. That's a valid fact. But you know, I mean, look, he's also like these are not knives, right? These are handcrafted.
I mean, tetanus shot. Yeah.
Yes, levels.
Screwdrivers.
Correct.
I mean, yeah.
Whatever you can get your
Again,
hands.
as-
I would say like a bed spring would be a toothbrush potentially.
Your mother sends you a new pair of sunglasses. You're already making a shank out of one of the fucking ears.
Well,
yeah, stuff like that.
I don't know how much time we have, but like I used to
10
go to,
minutes.
All right, you know how I used to go to prisons all the time because I used to be a criminal defense attorney. You know this, right?
We should have led with this.
All right.
but-
Well, anyway, I would be out there and I would see, the day-to-day sort of stuff. So I went to the state and the federal prisons. The federal prison I went to was like a camp, meaning that it was like daycare, right? They could walk off if they wanted, but like they would never do it.
Yeah.
There's obviously repercussions if you do that, but there's no like actual security, right?
Right.
If you go to these state prisons,
Right.
holy fuck, dude.
Yeah.
Yo, that's prison. Like
State
jail.
prisons are crazy.
Jail is what, you sit there for a few hours, you get bonded out. You go to state prison, bro.
That's up the road.
That's where Tory Lanez is at, though.
What state? What state's he in?
He's in California.
He stabbed a woman and went to
No,
fucking.
allegedly, right? And keyword on
Here's-
allegedly.
our
Shot a entertainer.
Oh, in the foot.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh,
And-
okay. I see what you're doing.
But
All right.
yeah.
Yeah, but you know what though? Why does that deserve prison time?
Well, you discharge a firearm and you
Those
allegedly.
gun laws are tough out there.
Pedophiles,
yeah.
pedophiles. Just to say something, pedophiles go to prison or they go to jail.
No, they go to prison.
They go to
Okay,
prison.
all right, good.
So
'cause-
if you're doing anything more than 364 days, you're going to prison.
okay,
But if you do less than 364 days, you can go to jail. And you'd much rather be in jail than prison.
yeah,
And a lot of the criminal defense shit I did, let's say it was something like minor, I'd always fight for 364 just so they didn't have to go to if they're really going to the can, right? I'm really fighting for 364 as opposed to 366 plus. And sometimes the prosecutors try to fuck these people and say, hey, we're sending them to we're going 366, not 364. In the matter of 2 days to you means like, who cares, 2 days? But it's just the living conditions.
Wow.
wow,
Yeah. Shout out to our state attorneys that work very hard.
that is, yeah, and you
That
know who you are.
oftentimes don't do the right thing.
Yeah, and you know who you
Sometimes
are.
they do. Sometimes they do.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild stuff.
In the trenches.
So your prison's like in Florida, or you go all over?
What
the country?
my thing?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I'm licensed in the state of Florida,
Oh,
right?
got you. Yeah, that's
so,
right, that's right.
but the laws are the laws, and that's how it is everywhere. Yeah.
So and these prisons are like middle of nowhere too, right? Aren't
Dog.
They like,
Well, the one I would go to, I used to have one person that I would see, and I would have to drive. Do you know where the Villages is?
Yeah, yeah.
Bro, that shit is like for those keeping score at home. That's like 4 hours away.
Right.
I would wake up at 3, 4 in the morning, get in my whip, drive to this guy, go see him for anywhere between 5 minutes at times and 2 hours, and then get in my car and turn around and drive right back all in one day.
Yeah.
So I would do 8 hours in a car sometimes. But we're done with that though. Now we fight about dead people's money. Much better.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, we're not getting into that. That's not really content.
Well, yeah, we'll talk off the air because
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
I've been hearing about this dead people money shit.
Yeah.
But that's just it's funny. It's
That's
just,
some cool experience, man. That's
Yeah,
some
that's
cool
a
stuff.
wild
Well,
experience.
my first trial ever was a murder trial. That's the first trial I ever did in my whole life.
Can we talk about this?
Well, yeah, I don't. How much time do we have?
You got We got 5 minutes.
5? All right. First trial I ever did was a murder trial. It was on video, and jury, well, I can say whatever the fuck I want. The other side can say whatever the fuck they want. But what are they doing? They're watching a video at the end of the day, and they're making a judgment call. Did this person kill this other person? Based on whatever laws we give them to also analyze while they look at this video.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that's your first trial.
Yeah, I didn't do it by myself. I did it with a guy that's been in the game for 30 years, right? But I did like a little,
He's
part
showing you the ropes, but like you're like, all right, finally passed the bar, this and that, all that, and then you're like, all right, good. So we're gonna do this murder trial.
Yeah, 2 months in.
You're like, wait a second.
It's like anything else, though. Like the first time you did a stand-up, Rob, you too. First time you did a stand-up, what? You go up there and you don't, you just do it, right?
You have to eat a dick. That's the phrase of the comic game. I don't agree with it, but you have to absolutely bomb, do bad, fall on your face. Sometimes you'll do good in the beginning, and then you think you're the shit. And then you find out real quick your foundation is falsified.
You get humbled very quickly.
Yeah. My first ever place was at a place called Spanks the Hog, and it was a barbecue joint. And I'm like, all right, cool. There's a bunch of white people doing barbecue shit and just old Southern whites. Not that I was looking forward to it, but boy, was I wrong. It was like all black. Like had a black birthday at Spanks the Hog. 'Cause they got great ribs, dry rub, all that shit.
Did you have any before or after the show?
Ribs?
Yeah.
Dude, even during the mics that I kept going back to that place, I would always order something.
Yeah.
So, hey, Spanks the Hog caters. Shout out to Spanks the Hog.
Shout out to him.
But they did an open
Drop
mic.
a location on that. I don't know if you
business,
have
Pompano Beach, bro.
I don't
Get
know
how
if
you
you
live.
have
The 954.
you have a B-roll on this?
Yeah.
Yeah, can you drop that like that?
Right there. There you go.
There we go.
There you go.
This kid's always thinking. I
Free
like it.
all
promo.
black.
I like
Free
it.
promo. No free
We're
promo.
gonna need some ribs. We need
Free
a rack of
promo.
ribs.
Free Tory Lanez.
A rack of ribs for that
Free,
shout
no,
out.
free. I don't know if he did all that.
He just dropped a banger too, by the way.
Did you hear that song he did with DDG or no?
Is
I'll
that-
play it for you after.
Yeah, I
Okay,
gotta-
but so what happened was it was an all black show and or all black crowd. They're all eating ribs, having fun. And my first time like doing it in South Florida, I did it one time in LA when I was acting, but this was like all right, I'm gonna start this shit. How do I start it off? It's all black, everyone's eating ribs, minding their business. I go up with a microphone and a fucking karaoke speaker, because that's how the open mic's set up. And I go, "What's up, black people?" And they're like, eating ribs. They're like, "What's up?" I'm like, "Oh shit! All right, well here we go." And I say something, and they're like, "It wasn't a joke. It was just like an observation of the place." I was like, "Not the crowd I expected." And you goddamn right. And I go, "Well, this joke's gonna win them over." And I go, "What? You know what's funny? I never thought about this. Is my first joke ever going in Florida doing COVID. I go, I don't know why Black History Month is in February when all you people do is march." One black girl in the back goes, I go, "That's my time. My name's Casey Graves." You guys. Anyway, we got a good lineup for you tonight.
Start doing promos and
Jesus
shit.
Christ.
I find it funny when like a comic, me, anybody, as a nervous tick, sometimes, especially in the beginning,
Yeah.
you'll do so bad. What?
No, I'm saying like you're ending it like, "Spanks, you've been great tonight." Like,
Well, not that, but you'll do so bad that you'll become the host.
sure.
You'll go like my buddy Eric does that too. Like I've done it a couple times, but it will be like he'll do a joke and he's like, "Yep," then it didn't land. And he's saying, "I got the light," and he can't do another joke because it's like your time's up.
Yeah.
And he's like, "All right, well, besides myself, we got some great comics tonight. You guys ready for some more comedy? Give it up for your host." And then the host goes, because that's his line.
Yeah, correct.
He's like, "Give it up for that guy." And they're like, "What's going on now?"
That's just an attempt to basically, mitigate, right?
Yeah.
At that point.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, you'd make the best of a bad situation. That's all you could do.
What was your first
Dude,
joke?
my first set was
Yeah.
at 27 Bar and Lounge in Lauderdale, and it was a 9/11 joke that landed.
It was
this
the
one
best.
landed. This
That
one
was so
landed.
funny.
Was that the only thing that landed?
Then I did
Technically, a land's a land.
Yeah.
If you
So,
want to
like,
look at the
kind
footage.
of-
A hit's a hit.
after that, I just talked about like stupid shit for like 3 minutes. Got the light, and but that was fun.
What do you mean? Tell them the joke.
Oh, the 9/11 joke.
Yeah.
Yes.
thank God.
So I just
How
got
are you
on
gonna
stage
soft launch that?
and I was
Fuck.
just like, yeah. What did I say? I was like, yeah, you guys know what time of the year it is. It's that time of year. 9/11. Like it was literally like so it was like September 12th or something. And I was like 9/11. Everyone's like dead quiet. Like fuck yeah. And I go, you know what that means? Everyone's like, the fuck's. And I just go, football's back. And then I just fucking just start like talking about FSU stories. And
So can I
bullshit and
can I just say it how I saw it from the crowd?
Sure.
So Diaz walks up in shorts, right?
I
In
was in
shorts
shorts
and a
and
t-shirt
flip-flops,
and
yeah.
flip flops. So you just hear I go give that for Robert. I think I was hosting.
And the host that brought me up was like this little like
The
Pakistani
Arabian,
kid.
yeah. That
Shout
guy.
out to him.
Yeah, Dean. So he goes, give it up for Robert Diaz, and you just hear like flip flop, like a horse trot up on like,
Yeah, it's just flip flops.
and it's just because the music's done, like he's going around. So when people are clapping, it's like he still has to make his way up there, and the clapping dissipates, and he's like, so you guys know what time it is? And he would do this, and then rip the fucking mic away from him. He go, you guys, so you know,
I was giving it like a slow walk like around the stage.
yeah.
9/11, 9/11.
Showmanship.
Dude, I don't know.
It was, but it ripped. It actually ripped.
No, showmanship.
Like, dude,
you're giving the crowd.
Because you know why? People underestimated him based off his appearance, outfit. That's what they all do. When I walk on stage, every black person is like, okay, this guy's gonna talk about political stuff. And not just black, but it's like liberal. Like everybody on the spectrum is like, all right, this guy's got something political to say.
He looks like a skinhead.
So what I look like I need Joe Rogan in my life.
Correct.
You
look
know what I
like-
mean?
Yeah, you like you would fuck with the Liver King.
So
You
what?
would be one of those.
I have a joke about that actually.
Do you really?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if this is gonna cut off or not, but like my fucking buddy was into the Liver King. He bought his package deal.
Wow.
And he goes, dude, this is like I've been trying to make jokes out of this, but it's just like a great story where it's like he shamed me into eating like buying groceries at Publix and not buying the Liver King meals.
That's crazy.
And he goes, dude, what do you do? Like, I was wearing this is the craziest thing because it's not only the diet that you have to eat testicles and liver and like hearts of lamb and all that shit.
Nasty work.
He goes, you still wear sunglasses? And I go, yeah. He goes, dude, seriously. I go, what are you getting at? He goes, bro, he's like, think about it. Our ancestry, our great, our bloodline back in the day.
Our lineage.
Our lineage. Never heard of a polarized
Shit.
sunglass.
Wow.
He goes, you know what you need to do? Build that immunity. I go, what the fuck do you mean?
Yeah, that's fine.
He goes, go outside every day. Me. 15-second count. Look at the sun. Start your day right.
No fucking way,
Wow.
bro.
I go,
Holy
That's
shit.
powerful, though.
I go,
Powerful.
what else? I didn't even want to, like, I was like, because if I could not get negative with this, I could see what else he's doing. So I was like, okay, he might be onto something. What else do you do? He goes, bro, I'm glad you asked. So in my morning before I go to work, I take my shoes off and I just walk around on the concrete and the grass, get in touch with the earth. Like, get back to your primal roots.
Grounding, yeah.
I go, so does that mean you're
Shut up.
walking on your feet or you're... He goes, I'm on all fours. I go, there's no way, bro. And in the PD, he shows me in the package that you have to walk on all fours and get back into your primal state. This motherfucker is trying to make us be monkeys again.
Bro was walking around like an orangutan
That's
outside.
Dude.
Look at one of the Liver King's video. He runs on his fucking
With no
palms,
shoes.
Tarzan
No
style.
shoes.
No shoes. I go, yeah, because the concrete, our ancestors, before fire, it was pavement.
Bro's feet are gonna be all fucked up. No,
They are. And he,
Sure, dude.
they are.
For sure.
imagine bringing a girl home and she's like, can we eat, like stay in and eat tonight? He's like, I'm glad you asked.
Raw
I have
liver.
bull testicles. We'll saute those and then we'll have rabbit ass.
You want to go for a walk? He goes, just starts.
Trotting outside.
It starts silverbacking.
Fuck, dude.
Holy
Well, you said the magic word. I don't know how much more time we have. Do we have time?
Time is not real.
Does
bro.
anyone want to throw
This
in
is
any
what they
last
don't
minute
teach
shit?
you in law school.
Yeah,
Time
I mean,
is not real.
you said the word silverback, so there's a big debate going on online that I'm sure.
No,
100 versus 1?
No chance. No chance.
No.
Silverback, easy.
Can I pick the 100 though?
How are you not on social media, but you're so in tune
doesn't
with
matter.
No,
Diddy
I'm
and gorillas?
I'm on Twitter
He
though.
is the grid, bro.
I'm
He's
the
on
Twitter
Twitter.
guy.
Oh, Twitter. There you go.
So I think you get the most niche shit there.
Yeah,
and
for
like
sure.
I don't give a fuck about thirst traps. Bro. Here's my thing, right?
No one said nothing. You chose the subject.
I didn't choose shit. It chose me. Anyway,
Wow. All
are we
right.
still rolling?
Yeah, Kid Collins.
we have like
Kid
3
Collins
minutes.
on the
We'll
mic.
have to do this another time.
Kid Collins on the
Unless
mic.
you have some like closing argument on that.
No closing argument. I had a fucking great time. This was
Yes,
awesome.
sir.
You want to do some? You have a silverback thing?
No, it was just 100 versus 1. Everybody knows what that means. If I can choose the 100, I like the 100. But if it's 100 randoms, I like the silverback. Is that fair?
That's very
Yeah.
fair.
You know what I want to do if
'Cause
we ever have a purge?
I seen a picture of like an African tribe like bringing a
Easy
dead
now.
silverback. No, I'm just telling
Easy
you what
now.
I've seen. This is what I've seen. It was in Zambia. You know where Zambia is?
Bro, they didn't fight it hand to hand.
They
bro.
took that motherfucker and they brought it back to the village.
There's
They
no
beat
way.
It.
A gorilla?
I'll send it, bro. I'll send it to you.
Okay.
I swear to God.
And who won?
I see a
The
dead
tribe?
gorilla in the tribe bringing him back. Who won?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
What if the gorilla? Okay, all right,
It's a
all right.
reasonable inference to draw.
We got to see the video of them actually killing the
That's
gorilla.
fine.
Though.
If we have a purge,
So they just found a dead gorilla.
that's what I'm saying,
But
bro.
how is the gorilla just dying in the wild unless he's being taken down by something?
Because it
wild?
was 80 years old. I don't know. However long.
They
it was.
found, they
All right.
tracked one. Ooh, they found the oldest gorilla in the fucking bunch, and they're like, yeah, this.
Or it died in the jungle, bro. Shit get crazy.
It
out there.
appeared as though the picture seemed to
No,
indicate.
they
You know what
probably
I'm
put it. They
saying?
probably chucked the
They,
spear. through
yeah,
it.
facts.
Like they used weapons, like
No.
how we do as humans, and that's why
Facts.
we win.
facts.
yeah,
shout
I
out
mean,
to all of us
versus
who-
weapons. We're talking hand-to-hand combat.
You don't like Giannis, like Chet Holmgren.
For what?
Actually, no Chet.
For who?
Who?
For what?
If you could send 100 people out there to go take a
You
silver,
send the top
Who do you-
100 of the UFC,
you're
they
taking-
lose, they get waxed.
You're taking
bro.
John
They
Jones.
get eviscerated. Yeah, John
well,
Jones.
you can't like beat.
He'll
the
try and fuck it. Him and the gorilla come back holding hand in hand. He's like, actually, I reasoned with him.
You put Diddy out there, just shove like Molly. Oh, shove like what? Roofies? in
No,
the-
shove, just lavender, Diddy up in baby oil,
Yup.
and that gorilla could never get a squeeze or punch on him.
Exactly.
It's just, Vaseline in a boxing fight. Diddy's fucking layered up
You know,
in
Diddy-
oil.
That would be BC's argument in defense of Diddy as his legal counsel.
I'm not making no arguments. I ain't making no arguments defending Diddy on the pod.
Facts.
Oh,
Could,
wow.
could though.
Diddy versus gorilla.
Could though, but won't.
And the representing Puff, Sean, Diddy Holmes, Daddy.
I love calling Diddy
Brennan
Puff.
Collins?
I love calling Sean Puff.
I
dude.
love
think
calling
it's so
Montana French.
Puff French,
I mean,
Diddy
It's so
Puff.
good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Gorilla defending himself. He shows up with a suit and a briefcase. He's like, this motherfucker molested me.
Gorilla just starts talking, right?
A gorilla testifies that he went to Diddy's. Because think about it, they had like wild, like they probably brought like pets. Eventually, you bring animals and erotic shit to the situation.
We're going way down.
No, let's keep talking about it. I'm very interested in this. This has been the Casey Graves podcast. My co-host, Robert Diaz. You can like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think about the podcast. You want us to keep going? You got some shit you want to talk that shit. And special guest, Brennan Collins. Shout out to him. Tell them where they can find you.
They can find me on Twitter. I ain't gonna drop it though, cause no free promo.
Okay.
We're gonna have fun though. I appreciate y'all having me out, and I had a great time today, boys.
Sure.
Thanks for
coming
tuning in.
through, BC.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. Tune in to another one. Thanks for watching this one, and we at you.
At ya.
Take it easy, guys.